Hello and welcome to my review on the Gemmy Airblown Inflatable 8-foot Haunted Mansion clock. This inflatable is animated with the hand spinning feature and will set you back $129 online at Lowe's. I purchased mine on June 19th when their Halloween items started to go live, and this one was among the first to be made available. At 8 feet tall, this is our largest Halloween and only licensed Airblown clock to be released. I own the 7-foot prototype Christmas one, which I reviewed last year. I fell in love with it and was eager to acquire another. So now I own a grandfather clock, not only for Christmas, but one for Halloween now too. In 2023, Gemmy and Disney are continuing with their orange boxes. However, Haunted Mansion, at least at Lowe's, is getting a much more fitting black box art. Lots of detailing and they just look better. The orange ones kind of deter you from the inflatable picture on the box, while this black bordering help make the inflatable stand out and really pop. Addressing the elephant in the room, you can see just how damaged the corner of the box is, as well as right below it. That's because Lowe's did not ship this to me in anything other than the retail box. It's a cheap thing to do. I'm very upset about it because if I don't like the inflatable, if I plan on reselling it, just because I'm a little tight on budget this year due to all the cool things that are coming out that are very expensive, it's a lot harder to make a profit off of this thing. I wasn't even trying to make a profit, just break even. But the thing is, if I sell this for retail, why would anyone purchase it when there's a chance that when you purchase one from Lowe's, it won't be as damaged as mine, you know? So even if I broke even somehow, it's going to be a whole lot harder to sell. Migrating towards the back of the box, you'll notice there's no other damage. Oh, wait until you see the big ass dent at the rear. Thanks to the glare lighting that one up. Lowe's did put in some effort, and that is taping this pull tab right here. The top of the box looks very damaged, but at least this will remain intact. That's something. Spent around 20 minutes peeling the shipping label off just so it wouldn't take any of the box with it. You can see the Haunted Mansion logo in its entirety. Sorry for the residue there. Did my best. And then moving to the lone pristine side, this is how it should look on all sides. Unfortunately, just is not. The box art is, like I said, really exquisite. I love the Haunted Mansion logo. Looks phenomenal. Not quite as good as Nightmare Before Christmas, but up there for sure. Lastly, you've got your Haunted Mansion clock text at the back. Clock hand spin, you can read all that, or at least attempt to. You got your classic Hitchhiking Ghost Trio, the 2023 Gemmy Industries Corp, my first 2023 review. Very excited. Let's go ahead and open up the animated Airblown Inflatable Haunted Mansion Grandfather Clock. For this review, we're going to be staying inside because it's super damp out there. It's been raining for about 4 days straight. Have not been able to catch a break. It's got a YF 80, not a 125 like some were speculating. Unfortunately, it is the lesser of the two, but I think it'll inflate pretty well overall. The stake pack, this is a new thing that Gemmy's doing in 2023. No longer transparent. They've been transparent forever. They are now this off-white. You can still kind of see them, but not near as well as you used to. Whatever, I prefer the old one, but it's not too big of a deal. Let's go ahead and plug it in. Taking roughly 15 seconds to inflate this clock is a good inflatable with some minor errors, which we'll get to here in just a second. For now, I'll stand back. You can appreciate it a little bit more. With this 8-foot height, I think that's just about perfect. It will fit in really well with the rest of the Haunted Mansion inflatables. If you're interested in doing a Haunted Mansion theme this year in your Halloween display, the clock is definitely a must-have. I'll put an image of the clock on screen now, and you'll notice it's actually quite rectangular, while this one maintains sort of this V shape, and that's totally okay. That's to emphasize the mouth, and there are a lot of products out there too that look a lot like it. Don't have a problem with that. My problems start with the eyes, then continue a little lower. First of all, they're supposed to be green. That's kind of mistake one. They could have put green C7s behind them, light them up, take this inflatable to a 9 or even 10 out of 10 would be great. At the very least, have it be green fabric and then have the LED illuminating how it is now. The biggest complaint though is with the teeth. They've chosen this beige brown, which is too subtle of a color for the teeth and pendulum. These are key components and need to stand out. With black surrounding it, it only makes it worse. At night, it's gonna be that much worse. As I stand back, you'll notice the LEDs just don't do the job. They don't light it up enough, and it's really unfortunate because that needs to be either the same color as that. I would have been fine. Maybe Gemmy thought it looked a little too redundant, and that's why they chose not to do it. But the color that they went with just isn't enough at the end of the day. If you've been watching me for a while, you might know I'm not the biggest fan of when Gemmy puts logos on their inflatables. Maybe it's a contract thing. I don't think so. It always felt very brandish to me and didn't feel like the inflatable was of its own. It felt like it was part of a lot of stuff. I don't like it when they put it on Nightmare Before Christmas designs. I don't like it when they put it on Haunted Mansion designs. I wish they would have left that spot blank. You've got some leg detailing around it. I'm fine with that, though I think it was a missed opportunity to have the legs actually be there. It was probably just cheaper on their part, but it would have made this inflatable a lot better. It kind of gave it a wider base to have those legs actually be three-dimensional instead of just printed on how they are. Taking a closer look at the clock, they've really nailed this part with the hand spinning, it going to 13, indicative of the Haunted Mansion grandfather clock. And then you've got your little tick marks in place of the rest of the numbers. You've got 2 tether attachments located just about at the midpoint of the clock. I'll stand back to demonstrate it, but you can see it's pretty much smack dab in the middle. With a YF80, it inflates how you'd expect it to, actually a little bit weaker, and that's very much apparent right here. This, however, the face of the clock inflates really tight, so that's at least good. Dropping to the bottom, we'll find the only zipper located right by the fan. Let me move this fabric back, and there it is. This can be used to access the 67s that this clock has. The last one being all the way up there, and you saw probably during the inflation that indention, and that was the weight of the light strand pulling on the top of the clock. Sometimes the light strand will get caught wrapped around the base, and then it'll just yank it all down, and you have to reattach it, which is a major pain. What they use to stitch them on there is not strong by any means, and when you have a 20-foot inflatable that happens to, it is an absolute nightmare. I'm speaking about my 20-foot Nutcracker. The hands are spinning a bit faster now, and that is because part of the fabric was overlaid on one of them and the hole wasn't properly exposed. What happens is the airflow, it's connected on that circular track, and then the holes will kind of propel it around how you see before you now. With that fixed, thank you all so much for watching my review on the new for 2023 Gemmy Airblown Inflatable Disney's Haunted Mansion animated grandfather clock. This is a Lowe's 2023 exclusive. I'll post the link in the description for you if you want to buy one or if you just want to check it out. Thank you guys again. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.